Red Riding Hood. Adapted from Grimm Brothers, rewritten by Squirrie, narrated in English. Once upon a time, in a quaint village nestled amidst towering trees and rolling hills, there lived a sweet girl named Little Red Riding Hood. She was known for her bright red cloak, which her grandmother had gifted her, and she wore it everywhere. One sunny morning, her mother called her, "Little Red Riding Hood, take this basket of treats to your grandmother. She's feeling under the weather and could use some cheering up." Little Red Riding Hood cheerfully agreed and skipped along the forest path. Unbeknownst to her, a cunning wolf spotted her from afar. "Where are you going, little girl?" the wolf asked, approaching her with a smile that didn't quite reach his eyes. "To my grandmother's house. She's not feeling well, so I'm bringing her these goodies," replied Little Red Riding Hood innocently. The wolf, with mischief in his heart, concocted a plan. "Why don't you pick some flowers for your grandmother? It will brighten her day." Little Red Riding Hood, trusting and kind-hearted, wandered off the path to gather flowers. Meanwhile, the wolf hurried to the grandmother's cottage, knocked on the door, and pretended to be the sweet girl. Grandmother, hard of hearing, said, "Come in, my dear." Without wasting a moment, the wolf rushed in, devouring the grandmother whole. He then disguised himself in her nightcap and settled into her bed, awaiting Little Red Riding Hood's arrival. When Little Red Riding Hood finally reached the cottage, she noticed something different about her grandmother. "Oh, grandmother, what big ears you have!" "All the better to hear you with, my dear," replied the wolf, his voice a poor imitation of the old woman's. As Little Red Riding Hood drew closer, she noticed other discrepancies. "Oh, grandmother, what big eyes you have!" "All the better to see you with, my dear," replied the wolf, his hunger barely concealed. Realizing the danger too late, Little Red Riding Hood screamed as the wolf pounced. Just as all seemed lost, a passing woodsman heard her cries and swiftly intervened, rescuing her and her grandmother from the wolf's grasp. From that day forward, Little Red Riding Hood never strayed from the path and was cautious of strangers in the forest. She shared her story with other children, teaching them to be wary and safe. Peace returned to the forest, and Little Red Riding Hood's tale became a cautionary reminder